My name is Kaylon, and this is my pup, Nemo. I went looking for a dog. I wanted a tiny chihuahua like I had as a kid, and I ended up with this terrier mix that's not much bigger than she was. I've had Nemo for about 8 months now as of this week. Nemo was listed on the DPA website, and I never saw him. I was looking for small dogs, like I said. And then I went through a couple of other dogs that weren't quite a good match for me. And they were like, there's this other one that sounds like a good fit. Like, why don't you check him out? And I was like, okay. So Nemo actually found me. And they recommended him, and they said, well, you can meet with the fosters. So I got connected with the fosters, and they came over for a visit. I had treats readily available. Nemo came right up to me, let me pet him. And then, we walked around the apartment. He did a lot of sniffing. We seemed to kind of hit it off quite well. And the fosters were like, this isn't what he normally does. So I think this is a good fit. That same night, I filled out the adoption paperwork, paid the fee, got all the stuff done. And then that weekend, by the end of the week, got to bring Nemo home. I love that he has his little socks. You want to show them your little socks? Okay. His little white patches. And I love watching him sleep. He curls up in a tiny little ball, and it is just the most precious thing. And if he's really good in sleep, he barks in his sleep. I think that is hilarious. It's very cute, and my mom has gotten to see it because she thought, there's no way. And I said, he does. And I love just how friendly he is. He's a lot like me. I love meeting new people, and he goes right up to most people. He tends to not bark at people or dogs unless they're moving too fast or something like that, but he's generally pretty amicable. We've just learned to walk and play, and now Nemo is a very big fan around the neighborhood in our little apartment pod. All of the neighbors can come up and pet him. He loves getting his ears scratched. He looks at them kind of silly when they don't pet him. So we've been getting to know each other quite well. But mostly, we're just pretty chill. We just like to go for our walks around the dog parks or around the apartment complex. Yeah. And just kind of hang out. Nemo also does like learning new tricks. He's learned a few. He knows how to touch and lay down and sit. He sits very readily. When he knows it's time to go outside, he sits right down. He waits for me to put his harness on so he can go out. Do your research and make sure that you actually know what you want. I went through meeting with several fosters, and I thought I knew what I wanted until I was really challenged on those some of those questions. So I definitely say answer honestly whenever you're doing the application processes, because the people at DPA are very well versed in their animals, in their personalities, and they will do a good job of matching you. But also just be open. I mentioned earlier that I wanted a small chihuahua. I did not get a small chihuahua, but I'm very much happy with Nemo. So just be open to the possibilities of whatever breed or size that you might end up with. My name is Kaylon, and I chose to adopt Nemo through Dallas Pets Alive.